I'm already on. Okay, guys. Sorry for that hitch. So we're back on now. I've been able to connect with the organizers of the protests that happened today, the Days of Agitation protest in Lagos, and they're right here connected. But I'm gonna wait for 1 or 2 or 3 of you to sign in because when we started the other one, we had to stop it. So now, if you go ahead and invite 1 or 2 people, let's give like 2 minutes, and then we'll get into the show. But meanwhile, let me just play that song again because a lot of you want to hear the song. So I'm going to play that song again, and when the song finishes, I'm going to bring in our guests all the way from Lagos, Nigeria. How can you lock a man up who's fighting for his people? Free Showore, free Showore, free Showore, free Showore, free Showore, free Showore, free Showore. You got to free Showore. How can you lock a man up who's fighting for his people? Free Showore, free Showore, free Showore. You got to free Showore. Put him up behind the bars. You think he will go away? Lock him up, shut him up. Lock him up behind your bars. You think he will go away? Shebi na him start Boko Haram. She him they shoot people for express. Showore say you know if stop anything. Maybe say if time don't reach you, now hear me well. Revolution now. Free Showore, free Showore, free Showore, free Showore, free Showore, free Showore, free Showore. How can you lock a man up who's fighting for his people? Free Showore, free Showore, free Showore. You got to free Showore, free Showore. All right, guys. I'm gonna, stop the music now so that we invite our guests all the way in Lagos. We kept them waiting, and they've had a very, very busy day. So I'm going to turn this so you all can get to see them. They probably won't see you, but as long as they can hear us, that's fine. Go ahead, guys. Can you hear me? Yeah, we can hear you. Wonderful. Let me try to get everybody in. Good. I can see how many of you there? 4 of you there. Are there? 6 here. Okay, 6 of you there. Okay, please go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Okay, my name is Kofo Bete.
Okay.
My name is Maxwell.
Okay. Okay. Juwan. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. Okay. One more person, I think. All right, guys. Thank you so much. The reason I wanted you to introduce yourself is so people know that it's for real that I'm talking to the right people. Now, tell us how was the atmosphere today, starting from early in the morning. We heard in the news that they went around chasing you guys all over the place. I didn't want to focus on that news because I know that's what they wanted. The people, they wanted us to help them create that fear in people's minds, but we sort of ignored them. So tell me exactly what happened, in the early hours of today with the police and all that.
It's been a usual manner of the Nigerian police that when protesters plan to take to the streets like that, they try to put a stop to it. And they try to disperse us even forcefully. So we had to apply some sort of decoy here. We just told them, we made an announcement that we were supposed to gather somewhere. And as usual, they got there earlier than, we even got there. But then we were determined that we had to host the protests. And so what we just did was we had to change plans and use another venue. Because we got a noise that no matter what, the protests just had to go on.
Good. So what I hear from you was based on your past experience with them, you advertised a particular venue. You put so much publicity in it, and they went there waiting for you. But meanwhile, that was like a decoy. You guys still assembled somewhere else, and while the protest was going on there, they were waiting for you in the other venue.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. We had to be smarter than they are. And as a matter of fact, in addition to that, because we could an organized symposium. So what they did was they started going to every public place that had an open ground, and that's just staged. They kind of stayed there, hoping that if we didn't use a particular one, we'll come to the other one. But then, of course, we were smarter than that.
So, what can you say about the protest? There's becoming a consciousness of protesting in Nigeria now. I was telling someone there's a man that they went and seized his trailers. A businessman, and he went out to the streets protesting with his staff. That was kind of strange. Do you think all these protests that the core movement is doing is beginning to resonate with people?
Oh yes, absolutely. Because when we first started, when we had our first outing, that's the first day of rage. A lot of people felt that we weren't doing enough, to sensitize the people, because we did more of publicity on social media handles, and then we discovered that we just had to do some house-to-door, house-to-house and door-to-door campaigning here. So taking to the streets, from time to time, consistently, has allowed us the opportunity to reach out to more people. Whether you're on social media or not, you see us, live, face-to-face, and then we go around like that, sharing leaflets that carry our messages. So before we give out leaflets, we talk to people, we try to engage them, and then we pass the leaflets on to them. More like some evangelism thing. So you listen to us, and when you read through the leaflets, you have a better understanding of what the protest is all about, as against the propaganda being peddled across the nation by the federal government. So in my opinion, I think it's so obvious that more people are even joining, because when we first went out on the 5th, we had poor turnout, relatively poor turnout. By the time we had a second day of rage, that was on the 19th, we had more people joining us. But you didn't see what happened today. The videos all across all social media handles, even from the cars, and people were actually, hailing us and shouting, "Hello, Tom! Don't you know what you people are doing? You guys are great, and, oh, can I have more leaflets? Can I have some more leaflets? I need to take it out." So So that tells you that the Nigerians getting ready, unlike what we first started. And I think that's encouraging.
Yeah, one thing I know is that the very first time this protest was called for by Omoyele Sowore, I saw it as a seed. And from then till now, it has been bearing, it's been, germinating. And we're still waiting for the big fruit that is going to bear. I know that day is coming. And I tell people, just like any other revolution, the real revolution will not be televised on TV. You will not hear it on the radio. It will not be on pamphlets. People will just wake up one day and boom, there's a revolution. So that's what's going to happen. But right now, you guys have planted the seed and it's being watered by your consistent, like organizing talks and symposium and all of those things. And gradually, yeah, it's going to bear fruit. I heard in the news that Sowore requested that you should be allowed to go and protest today. Was that, tell me, was that true or just somebody putting up something?
That's exactly what happened.
So tell me about it.
Exactly what happened.
How did it happen?
You don't expect that I'll tell you that. I mean, conspiracy reasons. Trust me, that's what happened.
Okay. All right. We'll just leave it at that. Now tell me what is, let's go back and explain to people the meaning of CORE, CROE. What is CORE all about and what are you people's plans? And tell me in places around the world where this same protest is happening today and tomorrow.
Okay, CORE stands for coalition. What this means is that civil society groups, pressure groups, political parties, and other groups like that are concerned.
Sorry, I lost you there. Oh, Jesus Christ. You guys see how difficult it is to... this is the same thing they are...
Ensure that the people of a new Nigeria, that kind of Nigeria that can work for all, that kind of Nigeria where the citizens feel comfortable and proud to live in, that kind of Nigeria that provides an enabling environment for even businesses to thrive. That kind of Nigeria that the citizens will stand anywhere and beat their chest and say, we are Nigerians. So all of these people, come together and form a coalition, and that's why it's called a coalition for revolution. Because the first of that is to effect, a revolution of consciousness where the citizens can just wake up and fight for their rights. We have fundamental human rights here. I was saying that no one can take that away from us. And so that's what CORE stands for.
Great, great, great. Now tell me in other areas of the world where this same protest is happening or will be happening or has already happened.
Yeah, before now it's been happening, what we actually planned and we've been enforcing now. We put in place a situation where whenever such that it co-occurs in statistics across the movement when it first started, experienced the town hall meetings going around, Omoyele Sowore went around cities across the globe, sensitizing people about the needs of take back Nigeria. And so that really helps a great deal. Because, for instance, on the 18th and 19th of today and tomorrow, depending on where you are, we're having protests in Berlin, in Germany, in Italy, in the UK, in London, really. About 6 places. As a matter of fact, tomorrow 19th in New York, where the National General Assembly will be going on, people will be marching there. Nigerians but that's over marching there. Still having a protest.
Oh, jeez.
And then here in Nigeria, every time this supports like this, on the 86th state, it happens in 14th state.
Oh wow. Let me call this and call you back. Let me call you back. We lost you. It's crackling and it's not clear anymore. But I'm gonna call you back. Guys, it is difficult to do this. All right, you guys can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, let me find out from you. Here in Canada, we're going to be doing our own protest tomorrow. You just listed the places where this protest is also happening. I heard you say that in the United Nations in New York, United Nations headquarters, people will also be marching because they're meeting there in the United Nations. Now, I noticed something. When Tiwa Savage came to Obalande, Lagos, and sang to launch her album, the whole place was full. Now, when we do this kind of protest, people stand and they are reluctant to join, and people are beginning to ask, do the people in Nigeria really deserve fighting for? Because why is it that people are a little bit nonchalant about you fighting for them? What is the problem?
On that note, you see, I think it's part of our culture here that a lot of us are afraid to step out and demand our rights, and that's why we call this a revolution of consciousness. We need to arouse the consciousness of our people, because for long now, Nigerians, in this bondage of fear, every little thing gets us. Even now, we get scared of being raped, we get scared of being arrested, we get scared of being beaten up, we get scared of every little thing, and that's why we keep talking to people. We're not that we understand the culture of our people, and so we're trying to get them out of this. It will take time, but before you know it, we'll get there. It's a usual thing in Nigeria, really, but we'll get over it. We'll keep talking to people, we'll keep encouraging them. For instance, what we've been doing so far has really made a lot of people know that you can actually come out and demand your right to vote, in spite of intimidation, in spite of charity, in spite of whatever happens. Consequently.
Honestly, because it beats me every day there's protests, every day people are writing, but you look at the people who are actually at the bottom of the chain, the people who are directly suffering these things, they are going about their business. They are not. It's I believe it's this tradition of just being afraid, and it is working in the favor of the government, because they realize that when they just scare people, when they come out with full force, when they use the police and the army to intimidate people, they don't want to talk. So what is really the problem?
Yeah, I just said that. It's because over time, a lot of Nigerians now, that's why I say a lot of us, have been, brought up in this perpetual fear. But I think it's getting a lot better now, because I remember that when this whole thing started, when people tell you, you just want to lose your life, well, just take life of it. But now we have more people coming up. You're getting to understand that there is a need for this. They're getting to understand that it is better to speak up. And if you die in the process, you would have, tried to change the narrative. And if you refuse to speak up, you'll die eventually, really. Where is Methuselah? It just so happens that when you have the opportunity to talk about something, just go ahead and, the mandate. So we're beginning to get people, to come out of the shells now. It's a gradual process, really, because it's been so bad before now. But I think, fairness, it's getting better.
All right, all right. Let me just hear from any other person. What kind of advice would you want to give to those of us who are going to be going out there tomorrow to protest? We want to know whether is it really worth it what we're doing. Is it connecting with the people back home? Should we? It's a lot to leave your job for a whole day and just go out to protest and spend money. We're going to be traveling 5 hours tomorrow to go and protest at our embassy. So I want to hear from you guys right there in Nigeria. Is it worth it? Is it making any impact? How do people in Nigeria see protests by people in the diaspora?
Generally, you really have no idea how much Nigerians really or have really been anticipating this kind of movement for a very long time, and it's good. It's really showed in the number of engagements and interactions we've been having with them from state to state and house to house. In fact, even in our protest. And don't get it twisted. The fact that you do not see them outside does not translate to the fact that they do not support our actions. No, it's rather because the government had been in perpetual tradition of intimidating protesters. Look at what they did in August 5. The extent of brutality and siege that was laid on protesters in August 5 wasn't even done during the military regime. It was a first of its kind of embarrassing magnitude. Even beyond that, you could see what happened with the moment we declared the next day of which for August 19. See what happened yet again an internal symposium. What happened? Helicopter was hovering over the head. The place was laid under siege, and Nigerians are watching these things. Nigerians are seeing it. Just like Fela said, they have. They get size and they can. That is why whenever we storm the street, you see them hailing us. You see that they are happy. Even today, we have persons within the Nigerian military, we have persons within the organized police force who were supporting what you were doing, despite the fact that their bodies have ordered them to lay siege on every public venue before we start our action. So the thing is very clear. Just like during the 2019 general election that recorded low turnout. The reason for low turnout in 2019 election isn't different from the fact that the Nigerian government intimidated the masses with a shoot and fight order. And they are still doing the same thing even when Nigerians want to enforce their legitimate right to protest. You are telling them directly not to protest, intimidating protesters, arresting everybody at randomly. Sorry. So these are the embarrassing situations we are confronted with. But nevertheless, when you see Nigerians at protest ground collect our leaflets with enthusiasm, it reminds you of the words of Leon Trotsky that the strength of every revolution isn't in the protesting few, but in the mass of sympathizers. Leon Trotsky, I mentioned, led the greatest revolution in the history of the world, and that is the Russian Revolution. He made that statement. He recognized the fact that the people who do revolution most time are always the protesting few. But the sense of the revolution does not lie in those protesting few. It rather lies in the mass of sympathizers who on daily basis would hail you whenever they see you pass. Who will be hailing you why they could not join practically in the action due to the fact that probably they are not bold enough to confront the crazy brutality of the state. So I tell you, when you're going out there, put that in mind that you have full support of Nigerians. Not single Nigerians oppose what we are doing. Conclusively, when you're on transit in Nigeria, every situation reminds you that Nigeria is life that is more than ripe for revolution. It's not just us drawing this conclusion. Even passers-by, an average passerby draws this conclusion. They know it. So we can go. Our advice, every and anybody who intends to go on out there to protest and demand for the restoration of freedom in Nigeria, for the restoration of dignity of Nigeria, people to go out there with the mind that the over 200 million suffering and dying Nigerian masses are fully in support of these revolutionary actions.
Thank you so much, Joanne. I just wanted to hear you say that because a lot of people in the diaspora, they keep asking, look, I don't think what we're doing is making any impact. I don't think Nigerians back home value what we're doing. But I can see you saying that what we're doing is appreciated. So the thing is, yesterday I was talking with the police for the location that we're going to. They called me back and they said, "Hey Chidi, I want you to know that nobody can stop you." This is the police telling me. Said nobody can stop you from doing any protest, whatever you want to do. And I'm just telling you, I'm just calling to reassure you that we'll be there. We'll be there to guide you. We'll be there to make sure that nobody brings any violence against you. And they were also going to inform the people, the High Commission, that we are coming to protest against them. And they will also advise them.
Can you allow me to continue a little bit? That statement you made reminded me of a statement by a police officer on August 5 after our action. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Now, after our actions on August 5, I was among the persons who that was arrested and taken to Ikoyi prison. But there was one particular thing the person who was in charge of our case stated. He said categorically clear that they support everything we are doing. That in fact, if Nigeria must change, the hard way is the only way. I'm quoting him right now. He said the hard way is the only way. He was referring to the statement of Malcolm X that stated that even makes peaceful negotiation impossible, makes violence revolution inevitable. That the government of the day do no longer respect peaceful protesters. That we may need to go by the hard way, according to him. So this shows that even the organized police force, they know that the Buhari administration promised them 100,000 minimum wage, which he has not fulfilled. They know that the Buhari administration signed 30,000 minimum wage which workers will be 7.2%. These realities are staring every one of them at their very best. So even when we go to prison, from police station when we go to prison, the prison warders, in fact, treated us like political heroes because everybody is feeling this thing. They all know that Nigeria is headed for a big war. If something is not done as fast as possible, this nation may cease to exist. In fact, it will be worse than Somalia. So these are some of the situations everybody understands. And under no circumstance, I say it with all emphasis, we should not be discouraged by whatever happens. We should have it behind our mind that the harder the states come at us, the harder they will fall, like Jimmy Cliff said.
Thank you very much. You see, that's the difference here. Everybody knows their rights. They encourage you. They encourage you to go ahead. They give you all the support that is needed. But it's good. I'm glad. I'm encouraged to hear from you that even the warders and the policemen appreciate what we're doing because they are suffering. Honestly, you only need to go to the police barracks, see how these guys live, and you know that the government does not care about them. All right. I'm gonna let you guys go. I know you've had a very, very tough day and you're actually in a car driving back to base. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I want to thank you for everything that you're doing. It is more difficult for you guys being there, having to confront this gigantic force of states. You know, the whole might of the states coming after you, and yet you guys do not succumb. You were taken to prison, you were locked up, you were tear gassed. We saw all that, but yet you came out against these same people. You guys are actually the heroes of this whole thing, and history will not forget about you guys. I really want to thank you. We'll continue to do what we're doing. Tomorrow, you guys will see what we are able to do, and we'll continue to do it and raise the consciousness of people until one day the real revolution will happen in Nigeria if the government continues going about things the way they are going now. Is there any last words you guys want to say before we sign off?
We'll be having a live show, which started recently. It happens, we usually come on live, 9 p.m. Nigeria time. It's called the Revolution Now Show. We have a Facebook page. We have a page on Facebook that's called the Revolution Now Nigeria. So you could join us on that, and you get more updates.
Okay, guys. So you guys heard it now. They have a Revolution Now page, and you can go there and see the program, the new program, Revolution Now, right? Revolution Now Show. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. I'm going to let you go, and thank you so much for coming on and letting people hear your own side of the story. All right. Thank you very much.
Revolution
now. Bye-bye. Yeah. Okay, guys. So you have heard them. These are the organizers, the core Coalition for Revolution movement, the organizers of the protests in Nigeria. They had just come back from the protest, and I was able to talk to them. And they're encouraging every one of us who is doing this all over the world to not be discouraged. It may look like what we're doing is not appreciated back home, but it is appreciated. People appreciate it, and people value what we're doing, because in Nigeria, every time they come out, they arrest them. Every time they talk about their problem, they arrest them. In Nigeria, the government says, suffer. Just keep smiling. So in Nigeria, the order of the day is suffering and smiling. You suffer, you keep smiling. If you cry, the government will lock you up. It's like they beat you up, but they don't want you to cry. Because if you cry, they lock you up. Okay? All the people that you see, they are not talking. It's because they are afraid. And you cannot blame them. Because if they go and lock them up, nobody will even know where they are. Nobody will come and bail them. So it's a very difficult position, and we understand it. So if you are living outside Nigeria, you owe it as a responsibility to your brothers and sisters in Nigeria who are already under siege. They are already under siege. Forget the police people, forget DSS, forget all these people that you see that arrest the protesters. They are just doing it because they don't want to lose the money that they use to feed their family. If they lose their job, we may not be able to provide a job for them. So that's why you see these people doing what they're doing. Personally, they suffer this thing. They feel it. Have you been to a police station? Have you been to a police barracks in Nigeria? Have you been to a mobile police barracks in Nigeria? Have you been to the military barracks in Nigeria? Do you see how these people live? So when you see how they live, you know that they are not against the revolution, but they're just following the order of their ogas. So let that not discourage anybody or make you feel that what we're doing does not have impact. If you leave them alone, they will all wear these orange berets and follow in the protests and the demonstrations. But they are not doing that because they're trying to fend for their families. And that's the latest update that we have today. You guys are appreciated because of all the support that you give us. Keep sending out our page, our Facebook page. We need to get 10,000 likes. So please help us spread our Facebook page and get to like it. Invite your friends to like it. That will help us to always keep on keeping this message in people's minds, keeping it alive. We'll have to keep telling people that Omoyele Sowore is being held in detention without trial, without any valid charges. They don't want to bring him to court because they know they don't have any case against him. But we will not stop talking. They think that if they hold him for long, the whole thing will disappear. But it's not going to disappear. We are not going to disappear nothing. We will continue to talk. We'll continue to sing a song. They will do. See, I'm telling you, Christy says, but they are killing recklessly. These people, I'm telling you, I'm not defending them, but I can tell you, the police people, the army, the DSS, they are living. Are they not buying Gary from the same market? It's not the same market that they're buying their food stuff from in Nigeria. Is it not the same price for everybody? So they are feeling it. They are feeling very, very, very bad. They are supporting what we're doing, but they cannot come out in the open. I'm just saying that to encourage us not to give up, not to relent. It's like somebody who's trying to break a heavy rock. Go to where they do the quarry, the local quarry. They come and they put fire and they go home. Small fire. When there's a little crack, they continue to put fire in that crack. You may not see it, but that big stone, that big rock has already started suffering disintegration until after maybe a day or two, when they put their big hammer on that big rock, it will just shatter into different parts. So that's what is happening. Those people who are oppressing us, those people who are intimidating us, those people that are allowing the killings to go on in Nigeria, we are resisting them. We are protesting against them. We are their opposition. We're opposing them. What we're doing on the surface, it may look like it doesn't have any effect. On the surface, they may look like they ignored us and they're doing what they're doing, but we know that what is going on has effect. And soon, before you know it, they will shatter and we will have our freedom and Nigeria will become a better place. I'm telling you the truth. One of these days, this will happen. When Nigeria becomes a better place, then we will now sit together and hold a meeting so that people can go back to their own regions and take care of their resources and manage their resources. Biafra people will be able to manage their Biafra, Duduwa people will manage their resources, Arewa people will manage their own resources. If we agree to still remain in one Nigeria, we remain. If we decide that we're not remaining in one Nigeria, everybody will go and answer a name of their own country. This is my own belief. I'm telling you, that's where I stand. Because this thing is not working anymore. We cannot keep on going on like that. I'm telling you. All right, guys. So that's all I have for you today. Keep praying for us, and we'll update you as we move tomorrow. And keep your ears open to get reports from all over the world. We will monitor that, and we'll also give you feedback and breaking news on Worship Media Facebook right here where you're watching this broadcast. Please click like and send it to your friends and invite them to send it to their friends, and let's all begin to like the Worship Media page. Thank you so much. I appreciate all your advice. I read all your notes, and I'll inbox you the replies if there's need to do that. Thank you very much. From Worship Media in Toronto, this is Chidi. Bye-bye.